ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يدعون إلى كتاب الله ليحكم بينهم ثم يتولى فريق منهم وهم معرضون ذلك بأنهم قالوا لن تمسنا النار إلا أياما معدودات وغرهم في دينهم ما كانوا يفترون فكيف إذا جمعناهم ليوم لا ريب فيه ووفيت كل نفس ما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون قل اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي ترزق من تشاء بغير حساب صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning another wrong aqidah of some of the Yahud. أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا نَصِيبًا مِنَ الْكِتَابِ, that you now look at some of those who have been given a portion of the book. يُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى كِتَابِ اللَّهِ, and they've been given the Torah, and they are called now, when the Quran al-Kareem is revealed, they are called towards the book of Allah, يعني the Quran al-Kareem, لِيَحْكُمَ بَيْنَهُم, so that it can judge between them. And the Quran al-Kareem will judge between, the Quran al-Kareem being the book of Allah Ta'ala, will judge between the Yahud and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba Radiyallahu Anhu. ثُمَّ يَتَوَلَّى فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ وَهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ. Then a group from amongst them turn away. يَتَوَلَّى فَرِيقٌ مِّنْهُمْ, that they turn away. Why? وَهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ, that they are evading the truth. They are turning away from the truth that is there. And the Quran al-Kareem is nothing new from the Torah, in the sense that the main themes of the Quran al-Kareem are the same. It only re-emphasizes what was revealed in the Torah as far as the deen is concerned. Yes, some ahkam of the shara'i are different, but there is no need for you to turn away from this, because this is, and it was revealed in the Torah that there would be a Quran al-Kareem, that there would be a book sent with the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as well. ذلك بأنهم قالوا لن تمسنا النار إلا أيام معدودة. And how can they dare to do such a thing that is based on this evil aqidah of theirs, that لن تمسنا النار إلا أيام معدودة, that if we go into Jahannam, and first they would say that Jahannam is not for us, we will not go into Jahannam. Anyone else can go into Jahannam, but the Yahud cannot go into Jahannam. Why? Because we are the tribe in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. And if we do somehow, hypothetically they would say, we go into Jahannam, then Jahannam will just stay in there for a few days. أياما معدودات. For a few days we'll stay in there, and then after that we'll leave. The Quran al-Kareem is saying that because they have this evil aqidah, that they have no sense of retribution, that is why they dare to say and do whatever they like. لن تمسنا النار إلا أياما معدودات وغرهم في دينهم ما كانوا يفترون. And the lies that they themselves have concocted, that is what is causing, and that is what is deceiving them. غرهم, it is deceiving them في دينهم, in regards to their deen, in regards to their religion. What deceives them? ما كانوا يفترون. ما كانوا يفترون يعني what they have themselves concocted and they have lied about. فكيف إذا جمعناهم ليوم لا ريب فيه. How will it be on that day when we will gather everyone, right? On that day in which there is no doubt. يوم القيامة. ووفيت كل نفس ما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون. Every soul shall be given in full. وفية means to give in full. Every soul shall be given in full, whatever it has earned. وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ, and no one will be oppressed. إِن كَانَ خَيْرًا فَخَيْرًا. If a person has done good, then good. إِن كَانَ شَرًّا فَشَرًّا. And if a person has done evil, then that will be given. مَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Whoever has done even an iota's amount, an atom's worth of khair, of goodness, he shall see it, and the reward of it, he shall see the reward of that. And وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا. A person who has done an atom's worth of evil, yarah, he shall see that as well. So there will be justice, there will be adl from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's side on that day. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ. The next verses, there's a sabab nuzul to this, there's a cause of revelation, is that when the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they gained victory in Badr, which was second year of Hijrah. Thereafter in Uhud, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum met the Quraysh, and thereafter Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such that many people started coming towards the fold of Islam. So the different tribes and the different religions and isms in Jaziratul Arab, what they decided is that the only way we can stop this force is if we all come together. We all become allies. This is what the Quran Kareem refers to as Ahzab, the confederates. That everyone joined together in allies, as allies against Rasulullah ﷺ and the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, essentially against Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when they decided this, and it was now the time of Ahzab, or the battle of Khandaq, many of us know it as that, Khandaq referring to the trenches, the Salman Farisi radiallahu anhu, he gave this mashura and consultation, that when all of these armies, these confederates, they came to attack Medina Munawwara, and the Rasulullah and Sahaba in Medina Munawwara, that Salman Farisi said that what we should do is build or dig rather some trenches all around a certain area, and so where they would approach from. It would be difficult for them to enter into Medina. Why? Because there would be a trench. They can't pass over with their horses and camels and other equipment that they would need for work. So the Sahaba radiallahu anhum started digging these trenches. The task was very difficult. They had to dig so many trenches to cover a major portion which would protect them, and obviously wasa'il, means were very little. So Sahaba radiallahu anhum, they worked very diligently, and they cared very little about their own personal self. Their food was put aside, water, everything was put aside. Why? Because this had to be done, it had to be done very fast. Even Rasulullah himself would work just as any other Sahabi, that he himself was part of the digging. He didn't say that I'm just going to sit here and you guys do the work. Rather, Rasulullah was also digging with the Sahaba. What happened whilst this digging continued is that a certain point came by one portion in the trench where there was a very big boulder, that they couldn't dig through that because of that boulder. So Sahaba, they said, what should we do? They asked Rasulullah what to do. So Rasulullah was called. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mu'jizah, that Rasulullah he hit his axe against that boulder and it shattered. When it shattered, the first strike that Rasulullah did, there was a spark that came, and Rasulullah said that in the sparks I see the castles of Faris, of Persia. I see the castles of Persia. The second strike Rasulullah hit, he said, I see the castles of Rome, of the Roman Empire. And the third strike that Rasulullah hit against the boulder, he said, I see the castles of Yemen, Sana'a of Yemen. The munafiqun who are there, they started laughing. They said that you have barely anything to eat. You all fighting for your life. You're about to be annihilated by the entire Jazira Arab, and you're sitting here and talking about how you will conquer Faris, Persia, and Rome, being the superpowers of our time, and Yemen. This is not going to happen. You're about to die yourself. Subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's miracle, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's nusrah, which came to the believers, that in a short while all of these lands were conquered. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala conquered through the Sahaba anhum all of these lands, and they came under the hukum of Islam. So it was in light of this incident that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed these ayah, that the statements of the munafiqun, that they're laughing and they're making, that's a historical fact. It's not something that just Muslims claim. This is a historical fact that Muslims conquered Persia and Muslims conquered Rome, even though no one expected that to happen. This is part of the mu'jiza of the Quran Kareem. One is the mu'jiza of the words of the Quran Kareem. The other is the mu'jiza, the living mu'jiza of giving such glad tidings and bashara and such prophecies that the Quran Kareem has given. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ. Let's say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, O Allah, say, O Allah, مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ, that you are the owner of the kingship. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the master of all of the dominion. تُؤْتِ الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. You give kingship and you give dominion to whoever you will. And do not look at that at this point of the Sahaba anhum, they have barely anything to eat, that they are tying stones to their belly and they are apparently about to be annihilated. That is when you're looking at things, the apparent means of this world. The apparent means of this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command is not subject to that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decisions and taqdeer is not subject to the apparent things that you see. Why? Because He is Malikun. Dominion is in His hands and He gives to whoever He wills. وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ. And you snatch away and you take away dominion from whoever you will. At this point, that certain areas and certain people to you seem to be that the Faris and Rum, they are the superpowers and no one can overcome them. تَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make it such, they can snatch it away from whoever He wills. وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. That you give honor and respect to whoever you will. وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. And you humiliate whoever you will. Although we are speaking about the particular context being the Sahaba anhum and conquering Faris and Rum, but the ishara, the indication in these ayat are very applicable to us as well. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given someone a certain ni'mah, a certain power, a certain ability, that can be taken away. As one of the masnoon du'as of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that you should make is, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min zawali ni'matik. O Allah, I seek your protection from any ni'mah, blessing of yours which you have given, that you take that away. Zawal, the removal of that ni'mah. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min zawali ni'matik. The complete dua will be after that, وَتَحَوُّلِ عَافِيَتِك. That your afiyah is turned away from it. وَفُجَاءَةِ نِقْمَتِكَ وَجَمِيعِ سَخَطِكَ. That all things which anger you, that we seek protection in them. وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives respect to whoever wills. The honor and respect, that is also in the hands of Allah ta'ala. بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرِ. Only in your hands does goodness lie. Al-khayr, all goodness, whether that be in the form of kingship, whether that be in the form of wealth and rizq and sustenance, whatever that may be. All of khayr, whatever we consider to be things which are necessary for us, بِيَدِكَ is only in your hands, O Allah. إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٍ. Indeed, you are upon everything capable. Now, as a dalil, as a proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's qudrah, the next verse, تُولِجُ اللَّيْلَ فِي النَّهَارِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala merges the night into day. And the ishara, the indication here is that just when a person sees night, it's so dark. At this point, if you're to tell someone who hasn't witnessed the norm of this world, if someone does not know how night and day works, if you tell them that all of this will become very bright, what will they say? That's impossible. So dark, how can it be so bright? To you and I, that's not a question because we've been witnessing these things. If hypothetically, if someone was not to witness it, if you tell them that it's completely dark right now all of a sudden it will be completely light. So what will they say? That's not going to happen. It's so dark. How is that possible? And the same way how today you're thinking that these are these superpowers, that this is Rome and this is Persia, that how can these Sahaba, how can they conquer it? تُولِجُ اللَّيْلَ فِي النَّهَارِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala merges the night into day. And where you would not even think that this would happen, the miraculous nature of Allah Ta'ala's universe. Reason why we don't see these things as a miracle, because it's the norm. If a person sits and thinks that how beautiful is this universe and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created it with such particular design, then in each of these things a person can see a miracle. It's no longer a miracle for us, and we don't see it as that. Why? Because it's the norm. It becomes an aada, that's a habit, that's what we're used to. تُولِجُ اللَّيْلَ فِي النَّهَارِ وَتُولِجُ النَّهَارَ فِي اللَّيْلِ. That from night you bring into day, and then you merge the day into night. And the choice of the verb here is tulij. And you merge it. It's not like how our lights work in this masjid or in anywhere else. It's on and off. Immediately it goes from off into on. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala merges it. That slowly the night, as it gets darker, then it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. And then like that the day also. That it progresses and it shines, and then as sunset time comes closer, it starts dimming and dimming and dimming until it becomes completely dark. And at a particular point, it becomes almost difficult for a person to pinpoint that at this point, night has come in. With that much meticulousness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this system is every year at the same time it will happen. And today, if the sunset is at a certain time, then next year it will be at the exact same time. This is the precision that Allah Ta'ala has created this world with. So that Allah, this Allah is Malik al-Mulk, the one that has such control over His creation. And you're speaking about a certain kingship that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can't take that away. تولج الليل في النهار وتولج النهار في الليل. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the qudra of removing this night and removing the darkness and bringing light, and removing light and bringing darkness. وتخرج الحي من الميت. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes out hayy, life, from death. Any person, there's a dead water, there's dead semen, there's no life to that, but through that dead water, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings life into that. وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي. And vice versa. وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب. That you, O Allah, gives rizq and sustenance to whoever you want. بغير حساب, without taking account. Without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taking a person. The air that we breathe, we don't give tax on it. The other things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in this universe for us, no one pays for it. بغير حساب, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us this. And whatever we pay, that's for other people, because they say, oh, I sold this to you, you sold it to me. It's never that a person goes to the sea and ocean, and a person takes a glass of water, that they have to pay something to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, all of this is for us to benefit from. Make dua to Allah ta'ala give us. Yeah, I didn't. Anyone's fixed it.